Well, this is a video I've been wanting to do for an entire year, and I'm happy now that I'm able to review this game because, well, there's just a lot of good to talk about this game. And really, the only reason why I have been able to review this game is because of my old PS2, which ran like a potato. Every time I turned it on, it was broken, so I had to repair it, and then it would break again. Yeah, that went on for an entire half of a year, until I just gave up and then just started playing on the Xbox 360. Until recently, I've gotten a PS2 Slim. I've now been able to play my old PS1 games and some PS2 games that I've been wanting to play. But obviously, you're not here for my life story, but nobody cares about that. Because the whole point of this today's video is to review Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and to see if it still holds up to today in 2023. Which, in a little bit, you're going to hear me complain about it. And here's the game. I'm gonna blind you all. Obviously, the first thing you notice is the skateboarding videos, which I think is a pretty cool feature. While I think that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 and Tony Hawk's Underground does it way better, I think it's still a cool feature that it shows up in the first game, which after this, it's just a lot better. Starting up, you get this pretty good jingle that's in the menu, which is pretty cool. And then in the selections, there's a lot of characters. Obviously some noticeable ones like Chad Muska, Tony Hawk, Bob Burnquist, Andrew Reynolds, Kareem, many more. And I like the selection that they chose. Obviously the character selection is pretty good. A lot of the characters, there's obviously not much differences besides stats, but it doesn't really matter after you play through the game. And starting this game, this is the one reason why it's hard for me to go back. Okay, look, I'll go to this game once or twice, and well, I do think this is a good game. Obviously, the gameplay and like the feel of playing this game is not good in any way. It may have been alright in like 1999, which, yeah, it was okay, but now in 2023, it feels very old. The gameplay feels very stiff and feels like they're riding a skateboard on a toaster. How's this gonna work? I can at least try. But besides stiff controls, I think the other problem that I have is the limitation on tricks. Obviously, because this is the first game, a lot of the features that people like that feature in later games, like manuals, reverts, spine transfers, well, they're not in this game. The tricks are pretty limited, and trying to add up to your multiplier is kind of difficult because the most tricks they have are air, flip, grind. That's it. And obviously I said that there wasn't any manual, so trying to connect tricks together will be difficult, and you aren't really going to get much of a high score unless you're Andy Thups, which, man, he is really good at it. But the thing about it, it's not really much of a big problem because, well, look at the top of the screen. I have like 34,000 points. So it's not really much of a big deal, but it does get way better later on. Oh crap, I forgot to talk about the score mechanics. If you didn't notice the score mechanic, which you should have noticed, each trick has an amount of points. And if you add up all those tricks, then you can get a big multiplier, which the multiplier gives you a big score. Obviously, if you noticed, The game is an arcadey type game, which, if you've noticed, that's why there's a score and a time meter. But besides scores, another thing that this game has is objectives. Each stage has about 5 objectives, 2 being score objectives, 2 of them being collectibles, and the last one would be something like secret tape. If you get all 5 tapes, then you get more stat points and also get a new skateboard deck, which, while doesn't really do much in the game and doesn't really matter for 100% completion, is still pretty cool. There's only 3 stages that don't have the 5 objectives, which are competition levels, which the one I'm playing right now on the screen is one of them. In these competition levels, you need to at least get 3rd place, and getting in 3rd place, you're able to get a medal, which unlocks another stage. If you get 26 tapes and 2 medals, you're able to get the last competition level, which is Roswell. After completing this, you get a Pro Bales tape, which is alright, but if you get all the tapes, unlock all the medals, you're able to get the secret character, Officer Richard. Well, I rather wanted like something a lot more bigger, like a new extra stage. This is actually a lot better. Yeah, dude, look at me go. Protecting the country, following the rules of the founding fathers, and also shredding the streets. This is stupid. Okay, this is the cool and unlockable. What's even cool is that in later games, they actually keep adding this character in. So he's not really a one-off joke character. He's actually kind of just a side mascot for it too. And while yes, I think this is fun just playing as a police officer who also can do 900s, I think it's also annoying for how you have to get it. While it may sound easy to get all 30 tapes and all 3 medals, it is not easy at all. Especially in Roswell, which, if you want to get that medal, have fun raging and complaining a lot for how terrible the game controls are. Like, at moments, I feel like that the Roswell medal is a lot more challenging than the previous ones. Like, yeah, those ones were pretty hard to get, but at least I can get them. And what's even... Look, I hate having to say this, but I had to use a cheat code just to get the 3rd medal. That's how difficult it was. But look, after 100%ing the game and unlocking all the stages, it's actually really fun just to mess around and have fun. While I think there should have been more, it's actually just fun just playing this game in general. And while yes, this may not be my favorite, I still recommend it, and it's just fun to play. So, because of that, I'm going to give this game a 6.5 out of 10. While you may think that's pretty low, well, that's actually a pretty alright. That's what the 6.5 means, well, in this channel. And so that was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Again, it was a really good game, and just really enjoyable. But yeah, that's today's video. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see more content like this, just wait in 2 weeks, as, well, you can understand by all of this.